Okay, welcome to Second Life. My name is Elmo Sky Tower. That's my real life avatar there on the screen, my little man. And Elmo today is going to teach you the ins and outs of Second Life over a series of review videos. I intend to make a building video for advanced builders, and I'm also going to have a short video on where and how to find land sims, which we call them, and where to vet the best offers, and how much you're going to look into be spending, and what I think is a good idea and what is not such a good idea in the land industry here in Second Life. I can teach you through also how to get bid in the local land auctions, in the Linden land auctions as well. So buying land is not a must here in Second Life. You don't have to do it. It's a free game. Essentially you can play for years and years and years with never having to get your credit card out, but there are many of people who do choose to actually spend money here. It has got a huge content creator here in Second Life who upload all of their items here for sale, and you can buy anything from this beach, which I own, to the clothes that I'm wearing now. And there's a lot of these places where they buy and sell also second-hand goods as well in Second Life as well, which will keep the prices down for the new people. I would have thought that here on Second Life at any one time there's probably 1 million people logged in. 1 million people here in Second Life logging in probably every day. As you can see, this is the beach where it all happens. This is a beach that I own, Elmo owns. It's a hotel resort, and it's actually the largest hotel resort in Second Life, which is quite a claim to fame. And it's covered over 16 floors up in height. I hope you can see that the tall tower in the red at the background. That's the lift tower, and essentially we've got 4 passenger lifts that brings everyone up over the 16 levels, and distributes people around the hotel. You can come here to get married, and we have a honeymoon suite, and we also have adult caves for those people who want to get away from the Second Life children here. We also have a range of new boutique shops. We have around about 2 junior suites as well, which are the cheaper suites. And on here you can see the shops. Now, how to bring up the section that brings up the land, as promised. I'm going to show you where to buy land for your own purchase. Now, I'm using the Firestorm viewer. Firestorm is the viewers. It's an independent viewer. It's not endorsed at all by Second Life, and those players who wish to use the Firestorm or any of the other independent viewers, others are available, such as other popular ones of Singularity, for example. These independent viewers, which is at the top of the screen, you can see the Firestorm logo. This is the latest 64-bit release that I'm using, and you can see that I'm logged in here, Elmo. Okay, so this is the viewer. Out to the right hand side, this is where you buy the currency. So if you want to buy any of the local currency, perhaps you want to go and buy some clothes or buy some land, perhaps you want to go for a lap dance. Anything happens here in Second Life. You can spend money pretty much on anything you want. You can always buy me a beer should you want to log in. Buy Elmo 1 beer. This is where you do it. Okay, so look at my mouse. This is where we buy the lindens. L for Linden dollars, local currency in Second Life. It's called the Lindens after the Linden family, which created the company Linden Labs, which created the whole of the Second Life. This year they're celebrating 11 years of playing. So it's a big number. It's one of the oldest multiplayer grids of its kind. There's a number of reasons why it's so good, and so many people are still here, including myself. Later on I'll run through my own profile as well, so we can see how you tell how old people are. I've been playing the game for nearly 7 years. 7 years is a long time, but it is a good thing to be into. There's lots of people here, lots of good friends here also. Back to the buying Linden section. So 2000 is here. If you want to buy 2000 Lindens, for example, for 2000 Lindens you could probably buy some very good clothes. You could probably buy 2 very good outfits for that. There you see the screen balance. Let's just say we're going to buy 20,000 Lindens, and it's estimating just there a quote. You can see it's still thinking about it. Here we go. So 20,000 Lindens currently at today's exchange rate brings up. This is in Great British pounds. So for those who don't have pounds, you can sit and work this out to your own currency. It will actually do it for you. So if you're from the USA, it will convert straight away to US dollars. And same if you're in using it in Germany, China, any country, it will come out and convert this automatically for you. So there we go. That's where you buy the Lindens. If you wish to purchase, press click. If you don't, I don't know, because I've got a few. I'll press cancel. Times, dates. This is where you change the volumes. They're all quite straightforward. On here, this end, also we've got your favourites down here as well. My favourites are listed. I have an inventory, like a lot of games. If you were playing COD or any other games where it involves having a large inventory of guns, here we have a large inventory of clothes, and I'm going to bring it up for you. This is Almo's inventory here. You'll see it's all stripped down into different sections of the game, such as animations for your body. We've also got calling cards. Calling cards is literally where we put in automatically put in the cards of all the people you know. So I know I've got about 500 plus friends over the years. This is also where they can store your clothing. You see that I've got down here socks, brown socks, which I've got given as a gift, purple socks for Mr. Sky, all sorts of other bits and pieces in there. This is also where you can stand. This is probably the most important part of the inventory. To get around to different places within Second Life, you need to get a landmark. If you don't have a landmark, there are other ways of doing it, but this is by far the easiest way of storing the places where you wish to go to, or the ones you wish to share with your friends. So let's just say I want to go to the Fabulous Streams place here. It's very easy. Just double click it and it will come up and ask you and say, do you wish to teleport to the Fabulous Streams place? Fabulous Streams is just an example. There's millions and millions and millions and millions of places to go to of interest in Second Life, depending on what you're interested in. Oh, here we go. So I've clicked the teleport button. Now the viewer is talking with the servers in Second Life and doing the very technical fast things for us, taking out the travelling and the having to organise this and getting there yourself. This is a nice quick shortcut using the landmarks in your inventory. So here we are. You can see we've successfully teleported to the Boutique Isles, which is a moderate. They do also a Fabulous Streams here that you can buy for shoutcasts. So now I'm here. I could walk around and have a quick wander around. It's a big shopping centre. They sell all sorts of things here. Now, if you have a home like me, if you're lucky enough to own land here in Second Life, you can hit the Control and the Shift button and the H button all at the same time, and that will automatically take you back to your home sim. So if you rent or own land, you can set this up very easy on your viewer, so it'll always return you quickly without having to look for that landmark. So it's Control, Shift and H all at the same time. Press all those three keys, Control, Shift and H, and back we appear back to where we started from. This is my home, where we were just a moment ago. So this is the hotel. In Second Life, there's plenty of things to do. I can bring up things to show you and things to do just after I show you how to read the profile. So what we call profile, a profile in Second Life. I'm just going to bring it up now on the screen so you can see mine. Okay, so here's the new window. It says Sky Tower. That's me at the top of the screen. So if you want to read someone else's profile, you can right click on them and it will bring up a little window. Okay, so a circle pie chart. Just hit this profile button there, the pie window. So you can just press the profile button. For example, this one's going to bring up mine now. But if you did want to read someone else's and see their photos, you can just right click these people as you see them. And we can go into that later. Here we are. So back to the profile. Names, keys. These are keys. Everyone's got a different key per player. Okay, this is an individual key. You don't need it. Second Life, the management, they use this to go through purchases and to track us to track us through the Second Life game. It's also used for customer care and the login screens, etc. Each different key for each different person. Also, nominates actual prim. So if you actually res a prim on the floor, not only can they tell from that key, Second Life management can also tell whose it is, and they can use that for their own management. Here is where it says born. Okay, so this is when I was born. Okay, so 7th, so that was actually July, 16th of July, so it's coming up soon. My birthday. Just like next week we'll be celebrating 6 years. So you can see that I'm actually 2,179 days in. So it's a long old slog. There's always people here who start the game and who never ever log back in again. It's one of those games where you'll wander around thinking, you know, it's too complex and that nothing makes sense, and you know, all you want to do is make things simple for it. I'm going to make a suggestion as well in these videos as well, how to make things easier. The best thing I can definitely recommend is to get some friends nice and early on in the game. You know, friends help out friends, and there's always plenty of people helping the newbie people, the new players out in there in Second Life, such as myself. So get friends early on in the game, because you know, little things like getting new clothes and going from A to B can be very hard in the early days of your game. You know, making that connection early on is a very key thing, but we'll go through that in a later video. Okay, so here you can see my video. Sorry, my picture here. That's me, Skytown. Exceptionally good-looking guy. Here you can see the account section. This is kind of important if you like to know who's who and what they're up to. If you're like a good nosy, like a lot of us do here in Second Life, you can tell here whether they've used payment info used. Okay, so this section says, has he bought Linden's or has he not before? Has he got an account registered? A lot of people think as well, you know, there's also a good way of telling who's who, how long they've been here, you know, and what's their kind of standing in the game. A lot of people without payment info, you know, can get also locked out of a lot of sims as well. So if you are going to go to adult sims, or you're going to go to sims which are switched off for non-payment info users, you're going to find that a problem too. So fair warning, get payment info nice and early as well, because it sometimes can be tricky to get into all the areas. It kind of unlocks a lot of places in Second Life as a more guaranteed. If you are over 18, you can get in as well and get yourself verified. Also, verification is very good, because years ago they split all the different categories of Sims. It used to, 2 years ago, be where you could, you could go anywhere without being in payment info use, and it got into a lot of trouble. There was, a lot of issues with children getting into adult areas, and I think Second Life took the only responsible option, which was to split it all up into different regions. One region's is a continent. The newest continent is just for adults. So if you're not over 18 and you've not registered yourself and you've not got any payment info and you're not verified, fair warning, you will not get into the adult continents. You will not be able to access the adult content. Not everyone wants it, but if you want it, it's there. There's a massive adult industry here in Second Life. But you can also get into hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and millions of places which you don't need any payment info. My sim, you can tell the hotel is moderate. Moderate was the other place, so adult and moderate. Okay, moderate is for fair, mature places like this hotel. It means it's kind of family orientated. I'll say it's family welcoming, but we here means that children are welcome. Please watch your language. There's also another category, the last category of the three. So adult, moderate, and the other one is general. General is the places where you do not need to be payment info. You don't need to be verified, and it's a very, very PG rated Sims. So if you go to anywhere which is generalised, you know that it's going to be a place where you can go and feel welcome with anyone, but you will be expected not to be swearing and not to be supplying any adult content and not doing anything anything lurid with your avatar. So it's just being sensible in Second Life, really. So next down here, the next important thing down on my profile, which you'll like, is the partner thing. If you're married in Second Life, and yes, you can get married here in Second Life, just like the real world. Your partner will show up here under the partner logo. Okay, so if you've got a girlfriend or you've got a boyfriend and you get married here, there's a small fee, a small linden fee, to get these to appear here. So if you want to keep an eye on your missus and she's here, you know that her partner's name will be listed down on her profile and that everyone will see that. So hopefully that will stop people chatting up your girlfriends. Right. Next section of the profiles here is the groups. So you'll see underneath my mouse wheel here, we've got the group section. In the groups, it can be kind of integral to get yourself organised in Second Life. If you have a business or you have your own land, like I do, I have the hotel, like I said. You'll see my hotel organisation down here. We have a group. This group enables everyone to join. It's a bit like a kind of Facebook of Second Life in world. On your viewer, you can click to select to join anyone's group, any group that you can join free of charge. Generally speaking, you could join these groups, and they'll supply you with further information. So let's just say, I don't know, I'm going to have a party here in the hotel this Friday, and a way of finding that out would be from joining the group. And if I was the owner, I would put out a new kind of message to the whole of the group, saying that we're having a party, as an example, this Friday. So the whole 2,000 odd people bang, all in one go, get one message out. Everyone gets the same message with a landmark, which we went through earlier, and the landmark will take you straight to our party on Friday if we were doing that. And so having a group is a good way of getting involved. It's also a very good way of socialising in Second Life. So you can join as many groups as you like. There's no limit on how many groups you can join here in Second Life. You can see how many I'm in. Lots there. And I've actually tidied these up very recently, so I've actually deleted a lot that I used to be in. You can see all these that I'm in. I use a couple of these groups as well for the hotel admin. So you can see I've just double clicked on one of these, and I'm going to go through one of these windows in a minute for you. Here's the last section of my profile on this page I was just going to run through. This is where you can type in bits about you. You can see that I'm into custom sim building, which I do, blah blah blah, and do some other bits and pieces down on there as well, which you can read. Very boring. If you're going to be giving me anything, you can drop me something in my inventory here. So if you're going to send me a note card with some lovely messages on, drop it in this here. This is how you move stuff from your inventory, which we opened earlier, this window, if you remember. These are the landmarks. So let's just say I was going to go and give my my staff one of these. I'd drag it from the inventory right over here onto my profile, and I would drop it here. It won't let me do it, so it'll come up with a sign when I do it, and a no entry sign. But if it was anyone else and it wasn't my inventory, it would let me drop it here. I can drop in clothes, landmarks, objects I've built, anything in there. I can also pay people here as well. I can pay people for lindens if they've been very lucky to be working for me also on the hotel sim. Okay, right, running on to the next few tabs down here. I'm going to run through these quite quickly. If you've got a website, you'll pop it in here. That's if it's your own real life website and you want people to see it. You can pop it all down in there and save it as well. I don't have a website, so we'll just take that one back. Interests. If you want to get into this, you can. It's not. This is not a must. So if you find this tab on your own inventory and you don't know what it's for, I'll run through it just very quickly. If you've got an interest and you want to make people see your interests, such as you wish to find a job, you want to be hired, you want to buy land, or you want to meet people, you tick these. Supposedly, if someone's looking at it, they might get involved with it. There's not many people who read this part of the inventory, of your profile section. I don't even tick those really. I don't know what. Never bothered. This is a good bit. Pics. If you want people to see your land or your business or your shop, or indeed anyone else's pics, or anyone else's shops or anyone else's land that you favour, you can go to a sim and all you have to do is add yourself a new pic. So here you can see this is my hotel moonlit as an example. This is one of my pics, my own pics, because I like people to come to my hotel to chill out with us. Should they want to, they can just go onto my profile and click teleport, which is down here. So they can run through my favourite places. If I've ever got any land to rent that's empty at the minute, I've got one. Also, you can go there, and there's a lot of places also which have pics. So it's a good way to see people and to get around as well. It's also nice to see and see what other people are interested in. So again, you just right click a person and click profile should you want to see what they're interested in with their pics here. Okay, classifieds. If you've ever got a classified advert running in Second Life, it will appear here. I don't have any at the moment. If I wanted to wish to advertise for staff, I could advertise on the Second Life search system under the classified section. Classifieds are like a real life newspaper. You can look for jobs, and you can look for land for sale under there. You can advertise your services if you're a builder like I am under there also. Under the classified section, you will need to pay a minimum of 50 lindens if you've bought currency yet per week. 50 lindens is the smallest amount that they will let you advertise for. There are companies which pay 100 or 150,000 lindens per week also. So there's a big economy here, which we'll run through in the opening videos on the next video. It's also it's a big economy in Second Life, massive, lots of business and content here which we can go through. Right, next tab first, which is your first life section. If you've got a boring photo and you wish to paste it in there, you can pop it there. You can also tell us a little bit about yourself there. Okay, that's me drinking a milkshake. Yep. Now, notes section. If you've got some notes down here, you've got bits and pieces that you wish to put down on here from your own notes, you can write it in that section too. If this is the groups tab that I said I'd just go through very quickly. It's a bit complex. If you don't have a group or you've never been in one, don't worry so much about this screen here. This is really just for the admin section, you know, the admin staff. But if you do see yourself running a group, you'll be very familiar with these very quickly. They're quite easy to use. This is where you see who's in the group and what they do. You can also see these are the names. These are the titles of what they do. So there's me. I'm the owner. HMR. This is my hotel. Yep. So Hotel Moonlit Resort owner. That's me. Then you'll see that the status is online, so you can see who's there. This is where you can put in all your staff and how many powers you wish to give them in your land. Powers are powers to create objects, for example, to return objects, for example, as well, that other people may leave. You can also sell land, split land, and give them another variety of rights, what we call group rights. You can also deed your objects to groups as well. Deeding the objects to groups can be a complex thing. Don't worry about it as yet. As you continue to play the game in Second Life, you'll understand what deeding means. But it's a very important thing, and it can be quite risky as well if it's not done correctly. So be very careful who you gave your rights to on your objects, and be very careful if anyone's going to be deeding any of your own stuff on your land. You can hear cases over the years where people have sold land of other people's, and they've not known anything about it because they gave them too many rights within their group. So just be very careful. If you ever attach a group to a piece of land, be very careful and make sure you research all of your rights first. Careful who you give anything to. If it was my suggestion, until you get used to it, keep your land in your name and don't deed to a group. Okay, so do not deed it to a group until you're advanced in the game and you understand what the risk can be, because it can be treacherous. So you can see here in my hotel, I'm going to go and call a lift. We'll go for wander upstairs. Whilst I'm calling the lift, you'll see this section on the right hand side. I'm going to pull it up whilst I'm walking. This is a mini map. So if you play lots of different games, you'll be familiar with these. This tells you where you are in the game, what your location is, and also who's around you. Also, so you'll see here everything in the light blue. Sorry, is Almo. These are my bits and pieces. So these are my prims. Okay, so all of my items are the bright pink section here. Bright blue. This is the sim. I'm holding my cursor over the minimap right now. This will tell you the sim name that I'm here. That's named Timmerman. Okay, so that's my sim. That's where my hotel is based, Timmerman. So you can double click there and it will take you right through should you be on an adjacent sim or any others. It will tell you also the location you're facing, northwest, east and south for example. Now the nice bit about this viewer, this is the good thing about Firestore, there are other viewers available as I said earlier in the video, but this is the good bit I like. You can hover over these light green arrows. Okay, so these little arrows here, these are actually people. So I can right click these and I can see who is in my hotel, and this will bring me right down to where they're sitting, and you'll see these two are two avatar teddy bears sitting enjoying the beach. There they are. So that's a good way of looking around your own lands and seeing who's here. Also, it's a good way to tell how many people are here on your sim. Ooh, that's so. Just waiting for a lift to come down and see which one's going to be the fastest one down here. Here we are. So we'll just jump in this passenger lift. Now in here you can do what's called going into mouse look. A mouse look is simply a new view. It's a view which removes the rest of the screen, so you can get a good enlarged view and wander your camera around with the mouse, hence it's called mouse view. Now you can do that by dragging your mouse wheel forward, very far forward, all in one go. So to center your mouse wheel and just go forward like that. Or you can press the M button in world. M for mother, M for mouse. There you go, that's the other way. That's the other keyboard shortcut to get in onto the mouse look. Without mouse look, there's a few things when you get into small confined spaces you'll struggle to do successfully. So I'm going to go out and we'll go and see what's up on the next floor up then, shall we? So we press number 2 in the list. A little lifty. And here we go, we're off. Thanks to the fantastic physics engine they have in Second Life. Physics engine is what's running the background. This is why we have such a nice view, and this is why we can walk and take a ride round in our lifts. One of the best physics engines known to man. I believe it's called the Bullet, something similar. Fantastic way of getting around in Second Life. It also is advanced in that we can now fly aeroplanes and we can sail boats and many other exciting things using our new Bullet technology, which was implemented over the last few years. It's now one of the most common sims and common builds known in Second Life. Now you'll see we've just taken the elevator up to the restaurant. This is our restaurant on level 2. Very easy to get to. This is where all the parties happen here. This is our 5-star hotel restaurant. You'll see the stage on here. You can also sit here and get yourself a meal, and you can sit here and you can click on the tables, and it will talk you through a menu where you can get yourself some nice breakfast, or you can get some lunch, etc.